Hey guys, and welcome back. Today we're playing Mainframe Men, which I thought is perfect because I love nerdy men. I was gonna say nerds, but in general, men with glasses, you know. This was on Steam. It's free. Don't forget to support the official release. And those of you who don't know what my name is Red Roses. I play video games. Totally stole that from Jaeger Comics. I just realized. Jaeger, if you're out there, I'm sorry. An enormous building stands before you, the Computer History Museum. After winning a raffle, you gained a VIP tour ticket to the museum's new interactive exhibits. How exciting! You wish you had gotten the new gaming PC, but hey, free stuff is free stuff, and you have nothing better to do, shut in. Alright. Stop and stare at the clouds. You look up at the fluffy formations above you. That one looks like a puppy. The other one looks like the tax forms you still need to fill out. Real. Damn, clouds. The next time you go on a plane, you'll be sure to mock them for being below you. Then who will be laughing? You stop, realizing you're concocting a fake fight in your head with the clouds. Man, you really did need to get out. Leave to go get food instead. You decide to ditch this life-changing experience and go get a burger. In the distance, you can hear your PC crying. Crying tears. Real tears. Real liquid coolant tears because you didn't want to learn about his great-great-great-grandparents. He'll never run your games at full FPS again. Bad end. Alright. Go inside. You open the door and step into the large hall. It's very, old Cartoon Network-y, you know? I got more stuffy since the last video. You sure are glad you took the time to walk to the other side of the building with completely different architecture. In the middle of taking in the patchwork of a building, you begin to hear distant yelling. The management here must be stellar. Get up, you overgrown hunk of scrap metal! A gigantic man. I love giant men. It's like that whole giant women phase, but with men. Carry me around. Laying in the middle of the lobby, fast asleep on the floor. He looks like he is in the coziest snooze fest of his life. I can hear how snotty I am. I'm so sorry. Man, you wish that was you right now. Whack. How many times, whack, have I told you, whack, the lobby is not a nap room. You take back that wish now. Another man is angrily smacking him with a newspaper in an attempt to get him awake. If you don't get up right this second, He notices you, fixing his hair and dropping the newspaper. Oh, goodness, good morning. You must be our guest of honor. I'm so very sorry you had to see this. Nothing to worry about. You're not entirely sure what this is. It looks like a football player on steroids passed out in the dismay of an enraged nerd. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Mark 1, Harvard Mark 1. Yes, from the college. I'm one of the leading exhibits here. An electromechanical extraordinaire. And what shall we call you? Call me anything, just don't call me late for dinner. Just kidding. Rose. Splendid. What a very human name. You're not sure if that was an insult or not. What are we, like a minute in? This sad excuse of a machine is ENAC. We, along with the others here, are Android tour guides, created for our respective computers. Yeah, you absolutely should have read that ticket before you came here. You thought you'd be dealing with some dusty Commodores on a shelf, complete with chip dust from the 80s, nerd that used to own it. Instead, you've got two middle-aged men who apparently are the computers. Save. Yes. Thank you. No. Wait. Just kidding. Wait, so you guys are computers? Well, in a technical sense, yes. We still have our old bodies on exhibit here for you to pursue at your leisure, but they're inactive. I didn't read the thing. This is cool. Sorry. We're the recreations of such amazing technology with new bodies. We're here as an addition to make the experience more interactive. We hold their history, personality, legacy, memory, quirks, and shortcomings, as you can clearly see. Yeah, that totally makes more sense. Science! 5 more minutes. Mark 1 gives a swift kick to ENAC, finally waking him. Big Ben. He's not the one I want. I already know who I want. I've never had an alarm clock that was so mean. You make a mental note not to doze off in front of this guy. Enoch was supposed to be the main tour guide around the museum, but as you can clearly see, he can barely stay awake, much less do his job, so... You didn't tell me tours were starting. We have so much to show you. There's my family, and the old man metal band, and the big blue fight ring, and... swear I'm forgetting something. Of course. The moment I mention you being in the spotlight, you're springing back to life, cheerful as ever. Here I was thinking I get some peace and quiet again while you're at your favorite activity. There are some things I like doing besides sleeping. Yes, your hobbies include creating military debt and showing off. I am aware. Come on, you know I have more to offer than that, Mark. I'll make sure this tour is great, starting with my exhibit. I've got so much to show you, like, Enoch began searching his pockets. I forgot my note cards. You need note cards to talk about your own exhibit? Your own history? Cut me some slack, Harvey. I'm not built with the memory of those fancy PCs everyone has nowadays. Clearly, very well. You've proven you can't do this on your own. I'll be accompanying you both on the tour to make sure this electro monster stays on task. The three of you make your way to the Enoch room. The towering cabinets line the walls like library bookcases, connected to a messy collection of wires littering the floor. And yet, it's strangely cozy. You can't help but notice the temperature change. The amount of electricity needed to keep this thing going must cost a fortune. No wonder this place is going bankrupt. Welcome to the future. We're technically the past. Well, technically the past. 1946 to be exact. The year the first computer was revealed to the public. First electronic computer. I never get any respect around here. So first, we're gotta know what exactly a computer is. A rock that can do math? A superhuman machine that can solve all your problems. Well, there's a lot of problems I can't solve, actually. I never did figure out what the perfect ratio of ketchup to fry is. Enoch. Okay. Basically, a computer is an electronic device for storing and processing data. Not all computers are electronic. Yeah, some of them are mechanical dinosaurs. Excuse you? Kidding. You're not sure how the hell he made a heart noise, but it was sure full of love. But for now, we'll focus on digital electronic computers, since that's what I am. Among other things. Aw, you think about a lot of good things? Thanks, Harvey. That's not what I said. I've got my inventions and programmers to thank for that. 2 dads and 6 moms. They needed a whole lot of people and a whole lot of money to keep me up and running. And back up and running after your many, many shutdowns. Hey, this is not my fault. I'm built for a 2-hour work week. We needed to schedule more time to kick back and relax. The only thing you needed to schedule more of is... Mark 1 trips over one of the large cables scattered across the floor. Cleaning time. Maybe we should put a caution sign there, but people don't usually read signs, do they? Oh, they read them. They just ignore them too. Half the reason we exist is the human needs to ignore the do not touch signs. They want something interactive, so here we are. He's right. The human urge to touch the thing is bubbling up inside you. You want to touch the robot. Computer? The guy standing daggers at you, staring. He could tell he wants to touch him. I'm sorry, did you want to see what he looks like? I just realized my little avatars. One sec. I feel weird being at the bottom. Reach out and touch me. Okay. We gotta touch it. You reach your hand out slowly, like an animal captivated by a shiny object. Get that disgusting thing. I mean, kindly don't touch. That wasn't an invitation. Well, I'm all in for interactivity. Enoch grabs you and pulls you into a rib-crushing hug. He's so warm and so very strong. Too strong. The lights are going dim. Enoch, they have to breathe. Humans need air. The would-be friendly manslaughterer manages to let you go just in time. Oh, sweet air. Sorry, I'm just so excited. Enoch slicks his hair back and gives you a wide grin worthy of a magazine cover. You start to wonder if the guys here are pretty boy psyop created to appeal to the masses' short attention spans. Probably. Oh well. Back to basics. We made up of 5 parts: input, memory, processing, and output. We read instructions, we retain what we read, calculate data and make decisions, and then write the solutions to the problems. Not too complicated. What part is the hardest? Staying awake. So what's the 5th part? The control unit. That tells each piece what to do and where to send the info. Think of it like a conductor of an orchestra or a movie director. The ideas guy. No, this unit actually does something. Idea guys never... You got me off track. Back to those other units. The primary input and output methods of the time were punch cards. You punched cards? Not with my fist. Data is stored on the card by punching holes, which represent letters or numbers. Each column location relates to the information being recorded. To reach the data, the card runs through a machine that can sense the location of the holes. Like that one guy from that one movie. So why not just write the words down and read that directly? Well, I can't read, at least not English. All the problems have to be translated into the code I can actually understand and a method to count with. The word digital comes from the word digit, like a finger. Humans count in sets of 10s because they have 10 fingers. My memory held numbers in decimal form, which is the same method. Whenever we read information, it has to be in a language we understand. So you speak decimal? Yep, each 10 of my vacuum tubes represents the number of 0 to 9. They switch off and on to change each number. Nobody in this era remembers vacuum tubes in knack. Oh, gee whiz, I sure feel old now. If he's this old in human years, you wonder how old he is in the computer years. Do computers even have their own age system? You're sure they must. Most PCs, have issues before their 6th birthday. Honestly, most computers, age out around the same rate as bananas. I wonder even the 30-year-old ones are in the museum too. Well, don't worry. They're pretty simple little things. You're just glad he can't read your mind. You've already seen things like this actually with light bulbs. A vacuum tube is a similar kind of switch with 2 states on and off. Electricity flows in the vacuum tube and in on a state is counted as 1. No electricity flow is a state of 0. My dog's asleep. You can't see him, wait. There he is. Puppy, you okay? You alright? He's having puppy dog dreams. Those 2 states make up the binary number system. I know the binary. It's 10101001. Oh, that's great. And now you know about vacuum tubes too. Between 18,000 of them, we sure could solve a lot of problems. Space to fit everything was the real problem. I think we had more than a few people trip over the cables. Some of those babies were thicker than an arm. Funny, they don't seem that big when you're 8 feet tall. Oh, he is tall. 8 feet? And 30 tons. They made this form a little smaller to not frighten our guest, but I still feel like my old self. Enoch begins flexing, much to Mark 1's dismay. This kind of power needs the hardware to back it up, baby. Mark and I are both pretty massive compared to the later computers. Consider it the only thing we have in common. Aw, come on, that's not true. We both had fancy dedication ceremonies. Oh, but you forget, I didn't need to lie to the public during mine. If I recall correctly, which I always do, your team had to install blinking pink lights to make it look like you were actually doing something. Oh, that's why he's got the pink text box. That's cute. Giving the people something pretty to look at isn't lying. All my work was just done internally. It was fun to get pink eyes. Oh, he has a pink eye. That's cute. You hope this guy learns that phase means something totally different for humans. But now that you're looking at him, you can't help but notice something. Why is only one of your eyes pink? You can't just ask someone why. Don't mind him. It's not a big deal. They used to be both pink, but in 1955, I was hit by a pretty nasty lightning storm. It damaged me more than we expected, and I was forced to retire. I can't see out of this one anymore, but I think the scar is pretty neat. My leg caught on fire once too. Hold on, where's the zipper on this thing? I can show you. That won't be necessary. Being fully clothed is one of the museum policies in NAC. Ah, shoot, that's right. A kind of cruel irony considering how involved your inventors were with weather predictions. Enoch rubs the back of his neck, looking at the floor for a moment. Well, life's unpredictable like that. Even a machine like me, made to crunch numbers, can't always tell what variables are gonna knock on the door and say hello. But I sure can still tell you how sunny it'll be outside, and how to shoot a gun. Not that we'll be doing that. That's not what he meant. That is not an approved part of the tour. He has never been, and was never advertised as such. He looks like he's about to have a panic attack covering for the legal disclaimers. Enoch laughs and pats Mark 1. I wasn't saying that. Calm your gears. One of my main uses was to calculate artillery firing tables. Those were a whole lot needed during the war, and the calculations by hand just weren't cutting it in time. No, you should definitely teach me to shoot. We are not doing that. You can tell the weather too? Yep, one of my main features. My inventor, Malchi, was the pioneer of weather prediction. You wouldn't even have those smooth jazz songs playing on the news reports without him. Can you imagine a world without weather music? Yikes. The war? Enoch shuffles through the cards in his hands. Oh, well, whoopsie daisy. I sure as got out of order, didn't I? The whole reason I got up and running was because the army stepped in and handed over the money to make me a reality. 400,000 smackaroos. That's a lot of smackaroos. About 6 million in today's money. A metric ton of smackaroos. And it sure was worth it. Turns out I'd done more math than the entire history of humanity combined. Can you believe it? You can't. Not because it doesn't make sense, but because nobody can possibly be this happy about doing math. Most people just had desk calculators before I was on the scene. Computer was actually a job name for a person back then. To try and not confuse anyone, they called me an electronic brain. More like electronic pain. And to think the public was so scared of you. Well, most people had never seen anything like me. And now there's a ton of little guys out there in everyone's pockets that can do more than I ever dreamed of. Sure makes me feel old, but by golly, I'm the daddy of 'em all. You must pay an awful lot in child support. Enoch laughs nervously. They're not actually my kids. We're not related, just loosely based on the same design ideas. Well, except for a few. I have a couple brothers down this hall. And if we're going to finish this tour before our guest dies of old age, we should get going that way. You nod, and the three of you head down the hall. A relative of Enoch, huh? You're not sure you want to imagine someone more off the charts. Larger scale? More power? More sass. No. There's no way you could deal with that. No more sass. But you're too far into this tour to turn around now, so you head inside. Alright, he's pretty cute. The lanky man in the middle of the room looks up from his book, some tacky detective romance novel. What? If it weren't for the name tag across his belt, you'd be sure this guy must be in the wrong place. You've seen plenty of dead-eyed, disinterested cashiers just like him. He'd be perfect in the gift shop, behind the shelf counter. Behind the counter, not on the shelf. You're not sure if anyone would take him honestly. Maybe out of pity, like a wet cat in a cardboard box. Anyway, apparently this is his room. The tall locker-like cabinets certainly do resemble some of Enoch's. You wonder if you could shove this guy into one of them. Come on, Elizabeth. Bloodstains don't come out that easy. You never should have kissed him if you can't. He looks up, promptly closes the book, and tucks it in securely away under a messy pile of papers before you could see it. Did we finally get approved for a theater in the museum? Is that why you're here to tell me? We're here to give our special guest a grand tour. Didn't you hear the news, Ed? Oh. He shrugs, unfazed, and goes back to reading his book. Mark 1 snatches it out of his hands and tosses it across the room with a glare. Edvac grabs another book from the pile. Wow, this guy is dedicated to slacking off. Edvac, please. Please what? At least try to act interested, or half alive. Listen, I wasn't made to be an actor. As much as I enjoy watching them on the silver screen, I'm never gonna be one. So quit trying to make me. You don't even pay me. What happened to my rights? You're a computer. You don't have any. I don't have anything in this miserable place. You've got a guest. Who should you be? Teaching. Right now. Edvac looks you up and down. Oh, you're not the vending machine repair person? No, they are not the... Mark 1 takes a few breaths. Good on him for doing his breathing exercises. Can't you just read the summary sign? I'm busy. EDVAC. The entire point of you being here is to give a more interactive experience. The museum spent a lot of money on this. I know they spent a lot of money. I hope to make them regret it one day. Agree to do your job for 3 months and I'll get you a record player. I know you like those old jazz artists. How about it? Golly gee, a record player? Yeah, no. I'm on strike. You can't go on strike. What are you gonna do? Fire me? Lay down on the floor. They'll think you're broken and move on. Or maybe that's only works with dinosaurs? Mark once smirks. That's never a good thing. Fine, have it your way. Dear guest, this is EDVAC. Electronic Discrete Variable Automatic Computer. Let's see now. Who was your inventor again? John von Neumann? EDVAC jumps to his feet, throwing the book down. Oh, that is a low blow, even for you. You know that isn't true. Oh, but I don't. Isn't he the guy who made you, designed your architecture, invented the... He's nothing but a credit-stealing leech. I was designed and made by Ektrick and Malchi, not von Neumann. The only thing he achieved was speeding up custody issues. Oh, really? Please do enlighten me further. Whoa, drama in the computer history fandom. Fine. I'm only doing this because you're a fake news spreading menace. EDVAC takes a deep breath and moves, a loud cracking noise coming from somewhere inside him. I really like his bow tie. His tie. It's not a bow tie. I'm stupid. Is he okay? Did he pop a vacuum tube? They really did like those back in the day. You're not sure how the insides work, actually. Back in 1945, one of the guys on my creation team was taking notes about how my process was coming along. Think of it like an aunt posting online about their nephew's first steps. Sure, he's involved in the process, but he's nowhere near the sole inventor level. So this guy, he writes up this report and puts his name on it because sure, he wrote the report. Fine. Fair. But then, everyone just assumes he made me. Him and him alone. And he just starts rolling with it. EDVAC's foaming from the mouth rage starts to dissolve into a pathetic frown. Please do not cry. You don't know how to comfort crying people or computers. The sheer betrayal. My dad's never really recovered from it. Or me, for that matter. I wasn't exactly finished the way I was meant to be. See, because of all the issues with the one with who owned what patent-wise with Neumann and the school I was made at, they left while I was still in development. She discovered even computers can have daddy issues. So I just decided fine. If they're leaving, I'm not working correctly, or hardly ever. No dads, no working at EDVAC. Oh well. People already love me from the draft report. I don't think anyone could live up to the expectation that thing set. Good thing nobody cared about the reality past my blueprints. Ha ha ha. Hear rumbling coming from the exhibit. One of the panels of the EDVAC computer falls down. An entire guy tumbling out. An entire guy. Oh look, he's got confetti too. I care. Were you just in there the entire time? Maybe, yes. I thought we were playing the world's longest game of hide and seek. Huh, I guess that means you win since you found me. You never... We weren't. How long were you going to stay in there? When did you even... Listen, my exhibit isn't done yet, and I'm so bored. I need games. I will die without them, Eddie. Please, 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 please. Mark once seems unfazed by this new revelation of an entire guy stowing away an exhibit that isn't his. He'd probably seen worse. Why don't you two play a game of Q&A? Don't entertain his ideas. I'm just trying to entertain our guest, unlike some of us. Isak, your assistance is needed. No way that's his real name. I don't know about helping you. Remind me, are any computers allowed outside their exhibit during business hours? We wouldn't want management to take action, would we? All this tech talk is hurting my throat. What? Why does a big guy get it? Be out and about then. Inak is being kept under my personal medical observation. You just want an excuse to see him. I can pull strings to get you scrapped for good. No, you gotta have mercy. He's just a little guy. Inak shakes Mark 1. The entire room wobbles a bit. Calm down. Ugh. Nobody has a sense of humor these days. Now, as I was saying, if you don't want to get written up, you're going to do exactly as I say and help. Remind me not to invite this guy to charades. Don't invite him to anything. I'm far too busy for your silly little parties anyway. So you get to be busy, but I don't. The hypcropsody. Hypcropsody. Hip, why am I so stupid? Can we talk about that? Hypocrisy is off the charts. He just has special privileges, like going outside. And blackmail, apparently. Well, joke's on you. I was gonna help him out anyway. I can't let my buddy's legacy go unknown. Too late. I'm lucky if I get 2 sentences in a history book. Yippee. Which is why we gotta wow the world now. The world? Or the group of 30 elementary school kids who can't read, do not touch exhibit signs? I guess both. They count as part of the world, and you count as one of the best ones we got here. I didn't know he was British. I'm sorry. You wonder why the computer is British. Now let's get cracking. I can't do a British accent, so I'm sorry. When I was just thought in the inventor's head, this guy was revolutionizing the game with stored memory. We had delayed line memory. It's like a time machine for data. Data travels through these tubes filled with liquid mercury. It's stored and delayed until it's ready for retrieval. The idea is that it stores bits of information in each form of sound wave, each pulse of sound waves. Each pulse of sound represents a piece of data stored as a 1 or a 0. Yep, liquid mercury. They gave me a little tubes of death for memory. Didn't catch on very well. That's not true. I had some too. Well, you were modeled after me. I don't think that counts. Either way, they're handy little things. Isaac pulls a few out of his hair and holds them in his hands. Whoa. He's got liquid mercury as a hair accessory. Before this amazing realization could fully sink in, Enoch eats one of them. Just slurps the thing right out of Isaac's hands. Enoch! Spit it out! Enoch reluctantly spits it out the death stick. He's fine, probably. I was just tasting it. It tastes like metal. What on earth would it taste like? I was hoping for strawberry. You think that's the thing would taste like strawberry? What, do you think the green ones are lime? You never know until you experiment. Experiment? You can't just... Actually, it's not wrong. I mean, who's to say we don't all have a hidden strawberry flavor waiting to be discovered? You, both of you, stop encouraging him. Hey, I'm just expanding my horizons. Besides, nothing ever happens unless you take a bite out of life. Every time you make a dad joke, you owe me $1. Deal, but I'm pretty sure that's extortion. Those are human laws. They don't apply to us, remember? If I don't have human rights, I can't do human wrongs. The museum still has rules, and you still have a job to do. Make me, calculator. How dare you? That's it. Enoch holds Mark 1 back, keeping him from possibly creating a murder-not-so-mystery at the museum. Whoa there, Harvey. Let me handle this. Eddie, you wanted a theater in here, right? Yeah, it's normal for museums to have them. We have a cafe, an archive, library, a repair floor, but no theater? I feel personally attacked. What about a projector? We could drag out the old one from storage, a laptop, and use it for movies. We're running a museum, not a movie theater. We don't have time during tours for this. You could say this is a British accent, but I don't think it is. What if it's only after hours? Shouldn't we ask the laptop for consent first? You're right. Exploiting more free labor from our own kind. Download the little guy some games for his services. This is ridiculous. Where would we even put a projector? The lobby, duh. I'm not the only one who would enjoy that. SSEC would. We might even get Nork to behave. Who knows? Maybe the whole museum wants that and you're just being a killjoy. Ugh, fine. Movie nights every Tuesday, every night. Tuesdays and Thursdays, every night. 3 nights a week, every other night. Fine, but you're setting it up and putting the chairs way after. No. I'll do it. Make me popcorn and I'll pick up all the chairs at once with one arm. I regret agreeing to this. It'll be good for all of us. You've got to focus on the big picture. $1 in the dad joke jar right now. Enoch takes the punch card out of his jacket. Do you take card? $2. I can't believe I'm saying this, but if we're doing this, can we at least agree on one thing? That you bring in the snacks? No, that Edvac agrees to work during our tour hours. Edvac shrugs and lets out the most dramatic sigh you've heard outside of your angsty teen years. Yeah, fine, whatever, I guess. That's a yes! Quick, sign in blood before anyone changes their mind. Enoch looks at you. Technically, you're the only one here with blood. No, no blood pacts. I will be having none of this. Ugh. We made our deal. You will keep it. And we are getting out of here before you get any more bright ideas. The three of you leave Edvac's room, Enoch waving to his little brother as Mark 1 urges you down the hall. I think we're going to save a lot of science talk, which is cool. I like this. I feel like I needed this for my computer science class in college. But I need to take a break from the science. So thank you guys so much for watching. We will continue this next week. Let me know what you think. I see you guys later. I love you. Goodbye.